I made a bit of a mess up a few years back when I purchased my BMW. I couldn't get dual controls well. The dual controls that I like, He-Man are literally the top manufacturer in the country, and they have been for all the time that I've been an instructor. But my 3 Series BMW that I had to fit universal dual controls too, and they weren't brilliant. They didn't disengage the clutch properly without absolutely jamming the clutch all the way to the floor, and it stopped me from using them with confidence, and it actually turned me into a little bit of a barky instructor. What I mean by that, if you are not comfortable using the physical control, I relied on verbal control too much, and that's not good. I ended up selling the car. So when I was going to purchase this Volvo, I made certain, so I thought, that dual controls weren't going to be a problem to this V60. But it turned out it was the biggest problem I've ever had getting dual controls in any vehicle. So after a couple of problems, getting the Volvo up to speed, hopefully this is the last leg. I'm off over to Leeds to try and get the dual controls fitted. Now, a fitter that I tried to get to use or to fit the dual controls started, and then found that there was some electronics under the footwell. A little bit disappointing, because even before delivery, again, I'd thought of this potential problem, quite similar to the insurance side of things. Thought about the problems, dual controls, before I purchase a vehicle. I'm absolutely going to make sure that they are fittable. So I asked the service department at Volvo Warrington, and they asked one of the technicians, and they came back and went, yeah, there's nothing behind the footwell. So I've been given this number of a garage up in Leeds, Parkside garages, that do specialise in fitting universal dual controls. It's only an automatic, so there's only the one pedal required. The fitter who I did try and get them done by did say that if the car was on a ramp, it's probably doable, but it's a little worry, because if we can't get the dual controls fitted, this car is not usable as a driving school vehicle. It's as simple as that. I wouldn't use it without dual controls. So I've driven all the way over to Leeds to Parkside Garage. No problems at all with Parkside Garage. Just spoke to Darren. He's been fitting dual controls for years, and he's highlighted exactly the same problem that my normal fitter highlighted. The ECU is behind the footwell. Although Volvo said that there's nothing there and they can be mounted, it can't be done. It can't be done by Darren. I did ask him whether there's anyone who could sort it out, and this is a service that I did know about. He-Man Dual Controls down in Southampton will design and make a set for the car, but you might be without your car for 3 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks. So that's probably the only option I've got left. Okay, time to go home. Hopefully, problems with dual controls could be over. It's not certain yet. I've, as documented, headed to different places, different fitters, and a couple of people said that they didn't want to touch this because there's an ECU and a footwell. But I've finally got the car booked in with He-Man Direct. It's taken me a little while. It's taken them a little while to fit me in to accommodate me. But it's with He-Man Direct. They offer a service to design and make and fit custom dual controls. I'm driving down there today, leaving it with them. I'm actually coming home tomorrow. I'm staying with one of my sons who lives down there overnight. So I've got 4.5 hour drive down to Southampton, and I'm without a car for a couple of weeks. Is what it is. Here we are, He-Man dual controls. So everyone who has a driving school vehicle with He-Man dual controls, and they're the biggest manufacturer of dual controls in the UK by far. They're the best ones as well. I'm not just saying that because they're doing mine, but this is where the headquarters is, down in Southampton. Not sure where to park. Let's go and find out where to go. So there was literally no issues from He-Man when I dropped the car off there. They gave us a few little updates. They did ask even when I dropped the car off, do we want regular updates? I said no, not really, just let me know if there's any problems. But they did keep me informed that it was on track and there was no issues. So I picked the car up. The job that they did was unbelievably neat. Let's have a quick little look at it. So as you can see, lovely and neat, nice and high. I can even keep my mats in place as well. Everything's perfect. So I'm well happy with the job that they did. Costing wise, it wasn't the cheapest. Now, dual controls usually cost £600, £650 for a set. And this service, obviously it was a specific design and make and fit service, was 3 times the cost. It was £1,800 plus VAT, so £2,160. He-Man can obviously provide this service, but my advice for anyone would be to pick a driving school car where He-Man have already designed and made and got the template for the particular dual controls suited to the vehicle that you're purchasing. But for me, it was needed. There was nothing else I could do. The car that I've picked, it's a multi-purpose vehicle covering all different angles of my life, so it was needed. It's much better doing that rather than purchasing and maintaining 2 vehicles, in my opinion. So overall, I'm really, really happy. It's taken way too long. Has it affected my workflow? Not really. There's a few people who I'm teaching the ADI Part 2 at the minute, and they've just literally just done the training in their vehicle. It is what it is. People have been brilliant with it. I am now going to take a couple or a few learners on, and this might be something that you would fit the bill with if you're in the Liverpool area. After 3 people. I'm after someone who is a total beginner, and I'd like to teach them and document the whole teaching process right from the start and record every lesson. I've done it before with one of my son's girlfriend's soon-to-be wife, Erin. That was done many, many years ago. But it would be nice to have an up-to-date series showing how you can go through the learning process, and it's a brilliant teaching tool for me training the instructors. I'd also like someone who has got their test booked and has been discarded by their instructor. The instructor said that they're not ready. I'd like to see whether that I could maybe rescue someone's learning and get them through their test, even if it's short notice. I'd like to have a go at that. And I'd also like to teach someone who's neurodiverse, autistic, ADHD, anything that gives you extra problems compared to most people. That is also something that I'd like to show and document. So if you fit any of those categories, please do get in touch. It is an automatic vehicle that I've got, so make sure that you're okay with that. But overall, well happy with getting the dual controls fitted. At last. It's taken far too long. Insurance wise as well, there's another little point with this. I've not let anyone else drive it, even the driving instructors, whilst we're doing the training. Occasionally that does happen. I've not let it happen. I've just driven the car myself, because I did say to the insurance companies that it will have dual controls fitted for teaching purposes. So now we can do it properly. That's it really. Next couple of things for the car. I'm going to get the rear camera hardwired in and fitted in properly. I'm going to get some proper microphones attached to the rear camera and fed up to the front. That's one thing that needs doing, because the audio on this VFO A329 isn't up to the standard that I like, although it's pretty good. It's not, like I said, up to broadcast quality, so we're going to get that sorted, and I'm going to get my private plate back on. Keep safe, everyone. I'll see you soon.